Welcome to the 8th Spotlight interview, our Spotlight Series interview. We have Joey Fisher, offensive tackle from Shepherd University. Is weighing in at 6'5", 300 pounds. He was also recently drafted with the 18th overall pick in the USFL. He joins us today to talk about his preparation for the NFL Draft. How are you, Joey?
Good. How are you guys?
We're great. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, where you grew up, where your football journey is to this point.
Yeah, so I'm originally from PG County, Maryland. Moved up to Western Maryland, a little bit towards like the middle school, high school area. Um, Living in Maryland. I'm actually down here now. I went to Shepherd, played for Shepherd Rams. I'm down here now in Fort Myers, Florida, training for the NFL Draft. So it's definitely a great process and a great story to where I'm at now. And of course, being able to get picked up by the USFL as one of the draft picks is definitely an exciting moment in my life right now.
All right.
So, Joey, in the weeks past, you were recently mentioned on the Pat McAfee Show, one of the most popular sports shows out right now. You also got your own Baldy's breakdown a couple weeks ago as well. Coming out of a D2 school, how does it feel to be put into the limelight, and do you think that this helps other very talented players at the D2 level?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a high honor to have them guys, put me out there on their platform and stuff like that. Coming from a Division II school, a lot of guys get overlooked just because of the school you go to. There's always that hidden talent out there, the diamonds in the rough, is what I call it out there in the Division II world. Like I said, not a lot of publicity. A certain amount of guys like me, being able to make it to a lot of these collegiate all-star games, but that not a lot of guys have the opportunity to come out and display their talents and skills in front of the scouts and the higher ups. So it's definitely be able to come out there and make a name for myself, put Shepherd on the map, help out my teammates back home with some publicity, and the other Division II guys make it definitely a big platform to be on.
Yeah. To put it out there, a lot of people, some people might undervalue linemen. Some people, overvalue linemen. The game starts at the line. And a lot of people, they focus on, the big plays, the receivers, the running backs, the skill players. But what a lot of fans and a lot of others need to realize is the play starts at the line. It starts with you guys. So you play a very pivotal role. And,
Games are won and
lost.
Games
are. Yeah, that was a good point. Games are won and lost on the line. So,
Right.
yeah. What does your mental preparation look like? How do you get into that zone and lock in before a game?
So before the game, we start off with eat breakfast with the team in the morning. Usually, back at Shepherd, we had an O-line test we go over, kind of knock out the nooks and crannies of the game plan. And then, like I said, once you step foot in that locker room, it's, headphones on. I'm getting in my zone. One of the artists I like to go to is Kevin Gates. Somebody just to get in my zone, kind of start feeling that
Good
vibe,
choice.
start feeling that mentality to come out and dominate, the game and the guy in front of me. So be able to come in, lock in right away. All the guys get locked in the locker room. It's a nice atmosphere to be around.
This is Joey Fisher, the former Shepherd University standout turned Houston Gambler of the USFL. He's joining us fresh after getting drafted with the 18th overall pick. Joey, what was it like? What was going through your mind when you got that call, and what do you hope to gain out of this experience?
Yeah, so I actually saw it on Twitter. I knew the draft was today, and didn't think that my name was going to get called through that. Definitely a big surprise when I'm scrolling through Twitter and see a bunch of notifications pop up on my phone. People text me, "Hey man, congratulations!" And being able to see that I got picked up, by the Gamblers is definitely a big step, and where I want to be in my life in this football career and my journey. And then, like I said, one of the actual GM reached out to me and. We had a nice talk. Told me, "Hey, man, you were one of the guys we saw at one of the All-Star games that really, came out and excelled and showed themselves." So that was definitely a high honor. And I think just having the opportunity, that's all you need is opportunity in this world. To be able to come out and display yourself with the guys. Like I said, have the opportunity to be, as April comes along, if I don't get to hear my name, in the NFL draft, be able to pick, come back and pick it up in the USFL.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is your first interview after being selected in the USFL, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
All
it is.
right.
We're breaking
We're
breaking stories.
Yeah,
on
we're
the
breaking
Big
some
Yak.
stories. Yeah, because Nico texted me that. He texted me this morning. He was like, "Yo, Joey Fisher got selected in the USFL." I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, we're interviewing him later. Like, this is crazy. Like, it's just
Definitely.
kind of like a surreal experience for us. Just one of those things." So let's talk about. Do you think the benefit of being able to showcase your skills and gain more exposure and reps for NFL scouts by playing in the USFL outweighs the drawback of putting more wear and tear on your body by adding an additional football season?
Yeah, so I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to learn the whole system, through it is now. From what I heard, I wouldn't be eligible, I think, until next year. So I think I'm still going through this whole draft process, be able to hopefully hear my name be called in April as well. But I think, guys that end up don't making it or end up making the team for a little bit, in the NFL and getting, being able to have the opportunity, almost like an NBA G League or, baseball farm team to be able to come out and still show their skills, at the professional high level and be able to get that call up to the NFL, having a good season. I mean, you see it now with guys in the XFL and, the USFL being able to get that call back up to get an opportunity to make the NFL roster.
Yeah, and then you were also selected to go to the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl and the Hula Bowl, correct? Those two?
Yeah, yep. And I also got the call up to the Senior Bowl as
Senior Bowl,
well.
yeah.
At my time at the Collegiate Bowl.
Yeah, how would you say those experiences were, participating and being around some of those guys at those bowl games and practices?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely great. Coming from Division II, be able to see the guys that are around my height. Everybody's my size now, guys taller than me, stuff like that. So be able to come up there and play and perform at that type of talent and that division level. Be around the guys. That's one of the big knocks that these guys have. Can he play at the elite level? Can he play with the guys that are heading toward the same journey of the NFL? So be able to get there and perform well. Like I said, be on the platform, sort of McAfee, the Pat show, and be able to be able to be displayed on that type of level and dominate that type of level is definitely a big deal.
That's awesome. I have an aside that I didn't include from the questions. So, as a participant in the Senior Bowl, Panini made a partnership so that every player in the Senior Bowl got their own football card. What was it like having your own football card? Just out of curiosity.
It's definitely surreal. To be able to for your signature to mean something now. I mean, everybody wants your signature to mean something. So to be able to look down and and see all the signature spots, and you're signing all the signature spots, and your hands cramping up, you're signing multiple cards. It's definitely surreal. It's the things that you dream about as a kid. Growing up, seeing the guys, in the NFL make it, those superstar guys, and to know that you're one step away is definitely a big deal. So, it's going to come in and embrace every moment of it. It was a great time being able to participate in the PA game, the senior game, and just be able to get that experience that a lot of guys get. It was definitely an honor.
Awesome. And then, kind of going back to your time at Shepherd, do you have a favorite moment during your career, or a game or a play that stuck out to you the most?
Yeah, it was definitely like I said, I come from a small high school, about maybe 400 kids total in the high school, Clear Spring High School up in Western Maryland. Really small high school. The football team, I think their best was 5-5. I think maybe it was our best record. So, getting going to Shepherd and winning a bunch of games, going positive every year was a new kind of a new mentality to me and a new tradition to me. So I think one of the plays and games that kind of I reflect on the 2021 season. Was my first regional game. We won on a Hail Mary. So, we got the harbor that game that advances to the Final Four. So, like, to be able to be away, at the opponent's field and, beat them as time expires by Hail Mary and be able to win a region is definitely a crazy thing that will forever be embedded in my mind.
That's. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there any NFL player that you try to model your game off of?
Yeah. So, like, from a technician standpoint, I really like Joe Thomas. It's one of them guys. It's a really technique guy. Maybe around 6'6". You always see him talking on interviews and stuff about being the lowest guy. Lowest guy wins in football. You see him being as big as he is. His technique right through his hand placement, footwork, and stuff like that. And if I had to go from a guy that's be playing right now, it'd be Trent Williams. He's a big guy. He's elite. He's fast. He's dirty. He always wants to go out there and finish a guy and take him down to the ground and show his impose his will on guys. And that's something I model my game after.
Yeah, those are two great guys to look after. Who now on the flip side, who's your biggest inspiration off of the field?
Definitely my mom and dad. To be able to give me everything I needed to make it to this point. Just provide for me and my family, and, my friends when they came over, my fiance and stuff like that. To be able to, have a nice home, foundation to roll off of. It really does help out going through this process, especially being far away from the family. Like I said, being from Maryland and going all the way to LA, the family's coming up. Midweek to come watch you practice and play is definitely a big thing and a nice experience for the family as well.
All right. What are the Houston Gamblers getting out of Joey Fisher? Obviously, if you go that route and whatnot, what is a potential NFL team getting out of you as well?
A guy's ready to come in and learn. I feel like a sponge. I can come in and learn, not just from the coaches, but from the vets. Anybody that's been here before. I mean, it's kind of like we're doing now. I mean, we're learning through. The ages picked us and we picked them. They've been through the process. So to be able to come through and learn the process, learn the plays, learn how the flow goes within the facility, the team, and stuff like that. And just getting somebody that's going to come out there and work every day. Be a mauler. I mean, I feel like my tape speaks for itself. I can come out there and everybody said I feel like play with the best of them and come out there and dominate and just be a mauler on the field. So they're definitely going to get a real physical player.
And lastly, do you have a pregame ritual that gets you prepared for a game? Some guys have their superstitions or whatnot. What kind of gets you ready for a game right beforehand?
Yeah, so like I said, man, I just came in and locked in. One of my go-to energy drinks with the Rain Body Fuel. Shout out to my sponsor now. I'm a Rain Warrior athlete, so I always have one of them before the game and just be able to come in and lock in with that music. Something I kind of caught on to about 2021 season. I wore eye black. And, the back of the eye black said had like a yin and yang sign, the lucky sign, and they said always give it 2 rubs, and good luck will come your way. And this is something, like I said, it's like a fortune cookie. I thought it was a little bit cheesy. I started doing it, and I played well, so I did it every game. It was something small, like I said, before the back of the eye black toys to roll with it.
Hey, keep doing that eye black. Give it 2 rolls. Good things will come your way.
Yeah, I do want to add one more thing. So being an offensive tackle on game day, game week, when you're preparing to go against some of these defensive ends in Shepherd and then going into like the Senior Bowl, how does like preparation against like defensive ends and defensive tackles go? Like, what kind of moves do you study? What kind of like little cheat sheets you have when you watch film or like anything like that?
Yeah, so I mean, it goes all the way up to just watching the play. All 4 quarters. How they use their hands. What kind of moves do they, repeat. How do they play when they're fatigued? How do they play when they're winning? How do they play in the first quarter, the fourth quarter? What kind of, like I said, the tendencies they do. Just being able to pick up on the footwork and watch how they do run plays, watch how they do pass plays. Being able to find find the little nooks and crannies and be able to find everything and see what like I said their technique is, and just be able to watch it, rep after rep and study and get to see, like I said, what move they do, certain downs and hand placement and stuff like that.
All right. So I think that's all we have. Is there anything that we haven't covered that you want to add? Any questions you want to ask us? Anything like that?
No, man, I appreciate you guys having me on. It's definitely to be able to get the FaceTime and be able to come out here and be on you guys' show is, I do appreciate that for you guys giving me the time and opportunity to come out here and speak.
All right, yeah, we appreciate you coming on. Yeah, for sure. You're a busy man.
All right, yeah, thank you so much, Joey.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Yeah, stay warm down there too, because it's very cold up here, and we got ice storm. I bet down there it's sunshine and nice weather, but yeah, it's terrible up here.
Oh yeah, I think it's like 87 degrees. I think it's like 87 degrees today, so we're definitely enjoying this weather down here.
I would kill to have that kind of weather right now, man. But yeah, thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate it.